Hello, and
Welcome.
welcome to
Alternate
Fucking
Casuals.
What makes you
fucking
casual?
it don't matter.
What you know,
Fucking
All right. Ultimate fucking casuals. We have convened my fellow casuals, Isaac, Nathan. Man, how casual are you feeling?
Dude, it's there's a little bit of mixed emotions after the last event, but
Yeah.
overall, feeling pretty well.
Feeling just casual enough for a casual recording sesh.
So let's get right into it. Ben Askren is walking. There's not a whole lot to really expound upon. It's just really good to see that he's up and moving around after a fucking double lung bypass. I didn't even know you could do that.
It's sort of crazy. Yeah, but I'm glad he's doing better now. He's been chilling with his family recently, and he's driving his own car, doing exercise like on an exercise bike. It's definitely progress. It's good to see.
Yeah, good. I'm glad. UFC.
Wait, I have a
Go ahead.
brief Askren update. So he said, let me double check the dates on this. Okay, yeah. So he reacted to a fight announcement where Patchy Mix was going to be fighting his next opponent, and he said, "Patchy is really good. Wouldn't be surprised to see him make a title run in the first year." And this is him not realizing that he was unconscious, like in a coma, and that fight had already happened, or that
debut.
Patchy had already lost.
Yeah.
So just maybe a fun little bit of levity for him.
He still
Yeah,
believes.
he missed a decent amount of time there. But yeah, he's always been sort of funny though, like in the MMA sphere. Like he's always like normally popping off these jokes. I mean, this is a man who laughed at his own knockout whenever Masvidal got that jumping knee knockout within 10 seconds. So I mean, he's pretty hilarious.
He has been taking the piss out of his own double lung bypass. Moving into UFC signs a $8 billion deal with Paramount. Goodness fucking gracious. The magnitude of the deal was such that pay-per-view is all but dead. There's going to be a few, according to Dana White. They're still going to happen, but they're going to be very, very few and far between. What are we thinking here? Like, are we canceling our ESPN Plus subscriptions and switching to Paramount?
100%. Like, now, granted, they still have the chance to jack the rates up, and I would kind of be a little surprised if they didn't. But the current price for Paramount Plus is cheaper than what I pay for ESPN Plus now. And when you pay for the ESPN Plus subscription, you still have to pay $90 or $85 after tax for each pay-per-view event. So 100%, I will be subscribing to Paramount Plus at the turn of the year. This is just for in terms of watchability. Oh yeah, it's before they set the terms.
Before they hike it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think at the moment it's like $8.99 with ads on Paramount Plus, and then $12.99 without ads. I mean that's just so much better than what ESPN Plus was offering. So much better.
And I mean, not to shill, I guess we're becoming Paramount shills now, but they also get like NFL games, like 1 or 2 a week. So just in terms of watchability, I mean, it's a pretty massive upgrade for us fans. I guess it remains to be seen what'll happen with, fighters, right? Like, does this put a hard cap on what people can earn? Not that there's been like an insanely mega pay-per-view anytime recently, but you do wonder how the lack of pay-per-view points will affect fighter pay. But I mean, just from a pure fan perspective and a exposure to new casuals, hey, that's what this podcast is for. It's for the casuals.
That's what
But
we're here for.
but yeah, I mean, it's a massive win for us. It's a massive win.
Yeah, I was actually telling people this. Like, this is, it's still like we have to sort of see what's going to happen, with UFC quality, because without the pay-per-view infrastructure, or at least to the extent that it exists right now, like without that in place, like the incentive for good fights perhaps decreases. So we're going to see what happens to the quality of UFC over the years. But in terms of just like, as a fan, like this is a massive win for us. I mean, it's way cheaper to be a fan now with this deal. Literally just get Paramount Plus. You get all the fight nights. It's the entire package, fight nights, and what was, the pay-per-views, the numbered pay-per-views. I mean, you're going to get that all included within subscription. This is a massive win for fans.
Yeah, the ESPN Plus by itself was what was it? It was like $12 with ads, 16 without, by itself. Otherwise, you have to get it with a Hulu bundle. That was pretty much the only way to get it at a reasonable price. So Paramount has a decent library on its own. So yeah, this is quite a big move. I'm here for it. I'm excited. I've been seeing the social media posts that are like saying playing the Boys to Men song, "So Hard to Say Goodbye," and it's like talking about Stream East, crack streams, meth streams.
Oh yeah.
Like, yep, it's time to say goodbye to these boys. Like, I'm getting all this shit for free, man. Or, well, included in my price, I'll say.
One thing I also found like very interesting as well is that like this is something that I believe Dana White and CBS said, or one of the executives, they said that like for the, I mean, I keep calling them pay-per-views, but they're going to be like the premium live events, I think is the technical term. But they said that those events will be simulcasted on CBS. So like you'll be able to get it on TV. That is massive for growing the sport. Like you'll be able to turn on the TV and like, I mean, CBS is a pretty big like broadcasting network. People are going to be able to turn it on and you're going to be able to watch a UFC fight and one of the big events. So, I mean, this is massive for the growth of the sport as well. So I'm hoping, they sort of maintain quality or at least, don't decrease it so the sport can keep growing.
I think there actually may be an incentive to stack cards more because now it's like right before, if you look at the best-selling pay-per-views of all time, they're not very well stacked. And the reason they're not is because like you have a Conor McGregor at top and it's like, okay, well, his name power is going to sell this pay-per-view. Why would I take other sellable names and also put them on this card? If that incentive is gone, we may actually get more balanced pay-per-views just based on, hey, who's available to fight on this date? And there's less balancing of like, okay, how do we make this pay-per-view sellable if the main event is like, it has no star on it?
Oh yeah, like rather than trying to create like a triple header to balance out your star power. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we will see. I don't know if we'll get into it in this recording, but I have a lot to say about UFC matchmaking as of late. So, I mean, there's problems elsewhere to iron out, but there is the potential that this could be, a boon for fight card quality.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited. I know I was reading something about how within this deal, like the money, like people keep saying it's like 1.1 billion every year, but apparently like the way the contract actually works is that it's weighted, or like the payments are weighted towards the back end of the deal. So basically, I don't know if that's like supposed to tell us that like Paramount is wanting to see, or if they have some sort of like performance clause.
They want results
with UFC. Yeah, like we have to make sure like our subscription numbers are reaching like a certain quota before we actually commit all of this money. I mean, I just thought that was interesting because if true, that would mean that the UFC has incentives to continue, like Nathan said, stacking certain cards. Maybe not every single card, but the cards that are simulcast on CBS, perhaps those are like mega events. Your big names that you're gonna put on big cards. Like perhaps those events end up being more stacked.
I have a feeling that that's not even a feeling. Like they were doing this with ESPN, where they have like the difference between paying for ad free and not ad free is that I get to watch like this little banner that just showed the outside of the building that said commercial break in progress.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So we're still talking about ad revenue here. Let's not act like there isn't. To be honest with you, rather than stare at the facade of a building, I think I would prefer to see like 10 Burger King ads in a row.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's what all the like the big like sports companies have. Like NBA has like the stuff with Wingstop. NFL, we see the stuff with like Burger King. I mean, it's everywhere. But yeah, I mean, the blank building commercial break ESPN with like the noise of traffic going by is just yeah, it's just become a meme at this point.
Yeah, it really is a joke. But man, anything more for the UFC Paramount deal? Man, this is fucking major.
Yeah, dude, I'm excited.
I'm excited to see how they do like the auxiliary stuff, like the Contender Series, Ultimate Fighter, Road to UFC. I am most keen to see how they do Road to UFC because that's the one avenue of UFC building that I'm not able to watch.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm eager to see how that goes out.
Yeah, it'll be interesting where those land.
All right, let's move into some recaps here. Friday, August 8th, One Friday Fights 119. If you're not watching, like, you're doing yourself a disservice. You want to see brutality, you want to see knockouts, you want to see fucking brutal body shots. Like, you need to be watching One Friday Fights. But the main thing, Saturday, August 9th, UFC Fight Night 425. Let's go from the bottom up. Eric McConico, split decision over Cody Brundage. Oh, yeah, as always, stop me if you guys need to. Yulia Stoliarenko versus Gabriel Fernandes. Yulia picks up the UD. Euros Medic, KO1 over Gilbert Urbina.
Yeah, this was a nice KO.
Very nice KO.
Yeah, Urbina got put out. This is pretty quick. Dude, Gilbert Urbina is actually, I think he was on the tough season. Like, I want to say like 3 years back. I was in college whenever that season was going on. But yeah, it's man, that like I mentioned in the last session, like that tough season has not yielded anything.
It has not aged well.
Yeah.
Moving up, Jocelyn Edwards, KO1 over Priscilla Cachoeira. It's a nice KO.
Nice KO.
Yeah,
again, sort of rare for women's fights.
For the ladies.
This one was a nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
But she got it done. Elijah Smith, KO1 over Toshiomi Kazama.
Bro, Rampage smiled watching this fight.
Dude.
His legacy lives on.
Probably a new knockout of the year contender, and also like probably one of the most immediately, like, you see that KO and you're like, this guy will never be the same. Like, he gets power slammed straight onto the back of his head and just eats two more super necessary follow-up shots. I mean, like, that was really as bad as it gets. I mean, that was really bad.
I don't know about you guys, but I was like actually worried after the fight because
Very
Amma
concerned.
was just like staring into nothing. He was out for some time. I mean, whenever we saw him like finally move his arm, I was like, oh, okay, he's at least not dead. But that was a really bad KO, and like Nathan said, the two super necessary shots afterward. I mean, that was just icing. That was wild.
It's the kind of KO, like, there's nothing you can do about it. You're totally helpless in that position, and that part of the back of your head is really the most vulnerable part of your skull. Like, you can't eat that shot,
Yeah.
you can't roll with it. There's nothing you can do if you get dropped like that.
Yeah, it's I mean, luckily he was okay though. I mean, shortly after, like a few hours after, after they medically cleared him and everything, he posted a photo of him eating an In-N-Out burger. So apparently he's okay, but I would definitely take some time off of after that knockout.
The thing is, what has me thinking that he maybe should take a little extra time, which is to say, maybe consider retirement, is there have been a lot of Japanese boxers lately that have been dying for less, and it's like, I don't know if this is something you want to continue fighting after getting slammed on the back of your head and on your neck. Maybe that's just me being overly cautious, but
yeah, you gotta reconsider something, because like this is like that's years off your life now.
absolutely,
Like that was a really bad KO.
I think the only saving grace was the fact that it happened like in an MMA ring, if that makes sense, because in MMA, if that happens, the fight is stopped, right? There's no, now granted he was out cold, but I think in the case of those Japanese boxers, like, they eat 300 plus significant strikes over the course of a night, right? That, damage sort of piles up, and you have the chance to recover and power through it, versus in MMA, right? That happens, the fight's over. It's one dynamic
one of them
shot,
and you're done.
Right. You're spared from whatever else could happen if you somehow manage to get up.
True. That's very true.
But he definitely should take some time off, because, I mean, that was just, I mean, you don't play around with that kind of head injury like that.
And I'd rather not see another Japanese fighter die.
Yeah, that was like, that's what worried me the most as well, because like, especially considering what we've just gone through within the past few weeks with Japanese fighters, like this would have been horrendous if it happened here. But yeah, take some time off, dude.
Yeah, for sure. Finishing off the prelims, Julius Walker, UD over Rafael Sequeira. Fun. Moving into the main portion of this fight night card, Eric Anders gets the stoppage over, or no, I think I got this backwards. Christian Leroy Duncan gets the stoppage over Eric Anders.
Yeah. This is a nice one.
It was a good one.
Christian Leroy Duncan, he showed some serious, like, some bloodlust. When we saw he had Eric Anders hurt, and just like impeccable finishing ability, just put him out of there. It was a really nice fight. It's a good performance by Duncan.
Yeah, he did really well. I think there's upside here. It's somebody, especially for the Brits, this is somebody you could get behind. Moving up, Jean Matsumoto gets a split decision over Miles Johns. The meatball does not make it work. Andre Fili, split decision over Christian Rodriguez. Yasmin Lucindo, 8th at strawweight, gets the UD over Angela Hill, 12th. Something that I just learned about. Angela Hill. How familiar are you guys with like alien lore or like that paranormal shit?
Like Ripley, or do you mean the movies, or like the actual
real, quote unquote real stuff?
I know, like slightly, I guess, but not a crazy.
It's a little bit, yeah.
Angela Hill is the granddaughter of Betty and Barney Hill, who were quote unquote abducted in the 50s. That shit is fucking wild.
Small world.
Yeah, she wears on her like gear. She wears alien faces and stuff, just to
Oh, really?
as a callback to her grandparents. Yeah, that's fucking crazy. It's unfortunate she lost here. She's been stringing together wins, but I don't know. Ask your alien buddies for help.
Yeah, she's been in this division or in this sport for so long, but like it comes in waves. Like she'll get a few wins, and it always ends up being like close fights the majority of the time, like split decision losses. But yeah, she's just always been like a presence in this sport. But was it? She's over 40 now, right?
Jesus,
She's into her
is she?
40s. I want to say yeah. Hold on.
Yeah, she's 40 years old. She turned 40 back in January.
She's 40. She looks fucking fantastic.
Yeah, before the sport, yeah. I mean, she's
Yeah.
like she's still doing decently well. I mean, it's not like Lucinda was beating her ass or anything like that. I mean, but yeah, she's getting up there in age.
A very quick, unrelated note, but just on the alien topic, I saw this like tire cover yesterday, and I have to share it with people. It's funny.
Oh my god, that is tremendous.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's right up my alley. That's exactly the type of shit that I would get. Speaking of butt stuff, I don't know if that's accurate. It's probably not. But Steve Erceg, 10th at bantamweight, gets the UD over later replacement Ode Osborne. The website said he's also rated 10th. Is he moving up or something? Or
Well, yeah, it's because it was short notice for Osborne. I believe they instead of it being at flyweight, they had it at bantamweight.
oh,
So
I see.
I think Osborne is ranked 10th there. Yeah.
Okay, so he's rated 10th at fly. All right.
Yeah.
Still, good win for Mercek.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he definitely needed he needs to rattle off a couple wins here. He's really talented, but I mean, he got fast tracked way too quick, so he needs to step on back and rack up some wins here.
Yeah. It's yeah, he needs to make a statement. We'll see who they match him up with next, but yeah, he was on a pretty bad loss streak. Obviously against killers, but
Top level competition.
yeah, hopefully he can get some wins now.
Does he's gonna stay at flyweight, I assume, right?
Yeah.
All right. And capping it off, Fluffy Hernandez just runs through Roman Dolidze, 10th and 9th at middleweight. How many wins in a row is this for Fluffy? It's like 8? 9?
8. Yeah. I think it's 8. This is his 8th.
8. Well,
Yeah. Yeah. This was a good win. Dolidze just could not do anything. He was completely helpless. Hernandez, his pressure, the takedowns he was shooting.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. Dolidze was completely gassed by like the third round. I mean, maybe even before, but he was completely gassed. The pressure from Hernandez was just too much for him. And yeah, man, this is literally as dominant gets. There was not a single point where Dolidze had anything going for him in this fight. And then the way that Hernandez was able to finish the fight and the choke. I mean, he grabbed him by the neck and just dragged him.
It was fucking sick.
That was
So bad.
I've never seen it before. That was so good though.
Yeah,
I mean,
that was nice.
It's gonna sound crude, but I mean, this is textbook bitching. Like he just bitched Dolidze, like grabbed him by the neck, just yanks him.
Oh man.
And I mean, he's throttled all the way up to the 7th spot now in the rankings. I mean, he really made the most out of this fight. I mean, surely has to do with how dominantly he won this fight.
Yeah, and this is like something. I mean, I think even Dustin Poirier was talking about it. I mean, a lot of people were talking about this fight and his performance. Like, people were really excited about it. The UFC, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen next with Hernandez, but this is definitely going to be, we're looking at maybe, potentially one fight away from a title shot.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up. Like one fight away, and one of the statistics that they brought up during the fight was after the win was there has never been a fighter who's strung together 8 wins and hasn't gotten a title shot. So I think this is coming sooner rather than later. We'll talk about the middleweight championship next time, but it's like, man, if anybody's in line, he's got to be first. Not maybe if not first, he's got to be second, and that's it's hard. Like, do you take another fight, or do you wait your turn? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we'll get into it whenever we talk about 319 as well. But he's put himself in a position where if the stars align, he could even potentially get a title shot with what he has right now. I mean, the way Dana was talking about him, the hype he has after that performance, if the stars align, he probably could get a title shot. But I think, like, if we're talking about meritocracy, he probably needs one more fight before he's launched into a title shot.
Yeah, it would be fair. A higher ranked win.
Yeah, top 5 or something like that.
Anything more for this fight night card? All right. Let me put some notes in here. Whatever your preferred social media platform, LVX Media Net, all one word. Follow that, and do the whole internet thing. Interact with socials. Press all the fucking buttons. Whatever the influencers are saying these days. Wherever you are listening, hit us with a follow, subscribe, whatever it is that the button says, do that. Ads have changed, so if you don't want the dumb shit, patreon.com/lvxmedianet. Get yourself hooked up there, and you'll get rid of all that ad bullshit. Just 100% across the board. Get yourself into the conversation. lvx.be/discord. That's where you can get yourself joined up. If we ever mention or reference the chat, Discord, whatever, that's where you can get yourself involved. There's a very specific MMA section, so you don't have to worry about boxing fans, fucking clowning on you because you like both sports or whatever the fuck the case is. But it's a good time. There's a lot more community than just boxing, or just MMA. There's a lot more going on there. So
yeah,
get yourself
all
hooked
things
up.
Swims. Join us.
Yeah, dude, it's a good time. All right, let's take a quick little break. What if a small natural step could make a profound difference in your daily well-being? Many of us grapple with everyday stress, looking for natural ways to support our mood, our mental resilience, and our overall vitality. The answer might lie in nature's wisdom. Support for this episode is from psilocybin, the powerful psilocybin mushroom in a convenient microdosing capsule. Revered in traditional practices, psilocybin is gaining recognition for its remarkable benefits in mental health. With psilocybin, you're choosing a natural path to holistic wellness. I feel it's incredibly important to say that this isn't a substitute for professional medical advice, it's just a really good supplement. Of the 3 blends, I've tried the Inner Peace blend, and I can tell you from the beginning I felt a greater sense of calm and mental clarity. I've been juggling with some unfortunate stressors, and I've been doing it with a lot more resilience. But psilocybin is more than just a supplement, it's a step towards a more harmonious you. If you want to have a look at what psilocybin has to offer, go to lvx.be/psilocybin. That's SOULCYBIN, and use the code LuxMedia to get yourself a nice discount. Help us out a little bit in the process. Take the first step towards inner peace and clarity. Nurture your nature with nature. lvx.be/psilocybin. Use code LuxMedia. In today's connected world, your digital life is always on. You shop, you bank, you connect with friends and family. All of this happens online. But with every download, every click, there lurks a hidden danger: viruses and other cyber threats. One wrong move and your personal data, your photos, even your identity could be at risk. And that's a scary thought. You need more than just hope or vibes. You need proven protection. Support for this episode is from Malwarebytes. It's your digital shield, constantly detecting, blocking, and eliminating the nastiest shit that you can find online. Think of it as your personal cyber guardian, always on watch so that you don't have to be. With Malwarebytes, you can browse, bank, enjoy your online life with confidence. No more worrying about malware, phishing scams, ransomware, or any of that other nasty shit. Enjoy secure access to what matters most to you. Protect your digital world, protect your peace of mind. Take Malwarebytes for a trial run today. Go to lvx.be/mwb and invest in your online security today. And let's get into some previews. Tuesday, August 19th, Dana White's Contender Series, Season 9, Week 2. There are two featherweight fights, middle, bantam, and heavy. So it's a good variety. Thursday, August 21st, there is the PFL 2025 season finals for middleweight, light heavyweight, and heavyweight. Looking at what we got here, Alexander Romanov versus Oleg Popov. That's your heavyweight final. Wait, is it? No, it's not. Bryce Meredith versus Lazaro Dairon. Alexei Pergande versus Ethan Goss. That's your heavyweight final. Sullivan Colley versus Antonio Carlos is your light heavy, and Fabian fucking Edwards of the Fighting Edwards brothers is your middleweight final versus Dalton Rosta. Party.
Yeah, I'll probably be watching this main event.
For sure. If nothing else, the main event.
Yeah.
Friday, August 22nd, One Friday Fights 121. If you're not watching, you should be. And let's cap it off. Saturday, August 23rd, UFC Fight Night 426 at the Shanghai Indoor Stadium in Shanghai, China. A lot of Asian fighters on here. No shit. Let's go from the bottom up. Uran Satibaldiev. I think I got that right. Versus Dr. Nurgazai. Xiao Long versus Su Yong Yu. The Uran versus DR, that's light heavyweight. Xiao Long versus Su Young Yu, it's bantamweight. Michel Pereira versus Kyle Daukas at middleweight. Man,
that's actually a good fight.
Pretty entertaining little scrap to have down on that
that's
card.
a good fight.
Yeah, you got Michel Pereira at down the prelims. You better be stacking this fucking card if you're gonna move my man down that low. Rong Zhu versus Austin Hubbard at lightweight. Here's a good one. Lonier Kavanaugh versus Charles Johnson at flyweight.
Actually, a really great fight.
This
Really great fight.
I'm excited to see Kavanaugh do some shit here. As much as Charles Johnson's fun because he's like a lanklet at flyweight, but moving up to cap off the prelims, Maheshate versus Gage Young at lightweight. So that's a good party, man. That's actually a pretty decent. I'm curious how many of those guys are like road to UFC fights.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing. Like, are these? I'm assuming the majority of these Asian fighters are from road to the UFC.
Yeah, they're not finalists yet. They're still in the middle of the season, but still, this is probably them like advancing. Let's move up into the main portion. Oh God, this name is Tailake, I think. Nureaji. Is that?
Yeah, it's a hard one.
That was a tough one. First, Kiefer Crosby at welterweight. Sumuderji versus Kevin Borjas at flyweight. Sergey fucking Pavlovich versus Waldo Cortez Acosta at heavy.
Proper heavyweight contender fight right here too.
3 versus 6, if I recall correctly.
I do really hope that Pavlovich still has something, because I do think in this new heavyweight era with Aspinall on top, he's probably one of the only guys that has a legitimate puncher's chance. Like he like was, I think, on like what, a 10 fight KO streak at something like that. He had a lot of knockouts in a row. His power is real. He just, ever since Tom stopped him, he's not looked very, very impressive at all. I think his last fight he had to basically lay and pray to win. So I'm hoping we see something substantial here.
That fight with Rosenstruck was not good, and then he lost to Volkov before that. But yeah, honestly, like after Waldo Cortez Acosta, that's when like the drop off at heavyweight becomes like super dire. So like this is, of the top 6, this is sort of still a manageable matchup here, decent. I do hope Pavlovich can get the W though.
Whatever creates a suitable contender, because I really want Tom Aspinall to be successful. So he needs viable contenders to be something legit. Otherwise, he's gonna end up like fucking Vladimir Klitschko, just knocking out the most random fucking heavyweights.
Yeah, I'm hoping Pavlovich can get the W here. I mean, because they have a whole storyline. Aspinall and Pavlovich already fought, but for however long it lasted, it did not last that long. It was sort of exciting.
Ooh, this fight to me, the next one, is pay-per-view, not headline, but it is pay-per-view worthy. Brian Ortega versus Aljamain Sterling at featherweight.
Yeah, this is a nice little fight. Aljo coming back. This is his first fight since the most far loss, right?
I think so. I think you're right.
Yeah, I'm excited for this one. I'm trying to think, what was the last fight Brian Ortega had? Was it the loss to Lopez?
I think so. I don't recall seeing Ortega since he lost to Lopez in the Sphere.
Yeah, I feel like we could see some really wild grappling exchanges in this fight. Both of them are pretty high-end jiu-jitsu practitioners, so I think we could see some fun scrambles as far as like wrestling and grappling go.
All right, in the main event, my main man Johnny fucking Walker, the light heavyweight, it's not most entertaining of all time. He's the meat over Zhang Mingyang, the Mountain Tiger, rest in peace, Johnny Walker. I just hope it's not a bad knockout. If it is, you will cement yourself as the meat.
Yeah. Johnny Walker owns some of the most hilarious knockouts, and I don't mean this like as disrespect. It just like like they actually are just hilarious. Like whenever he gets finished, and man, I think he's about to get knocked out again. Zhang Ming Yang has serious hype behind him. He's been putting people out. The lead up to this fight. We'll see, man. We'll see. I mean, I do think Zhang can win. We'll see if Johnny Walker has anything left in the tank, but yeah, we'll see if we get another meme KO or not.
He has become like the quintessential like gatekeeper, right? Because it's not just beating Johnny Walker. It's like if you're worth anything, you're knocking this guy out in like he should be out cold. Which I mean, apologies to Johnny Walker, but that's just sort of what his career has been. So. If Zhang's worth anything, we know what to expect. And if this goes to a decision or, he even loses, that says quite a lot about him.
Yeah. Yeah, this could be big.
I don't want it to be because I'm a bit of a Johnny Walker fan. But anybody who's been if you've been listening to this podcast for any amount of time, you know that I'm a bit of a Johnny Walker fan. So I'm hoping that he survives this. We'll say referee stoppage rather than being lights out. But I don't see this going very well for Johnny. Sorry, bro. I'm a supporter. I really am. Just it's time to fucking think about coaching or something. But that is it. This card. It starts. The prelims start at 3 on the West Coast, and the main portion is supposed to start at 6 on the West Coast. So adjust that. That's Pacific time. Adjust that for yourselves. Oof.
Oh man, yeah, it's early, man. Oh, I guess that makes sense. It's in China, but yeah, man, this is gonna be weird. You're gonna be having breakfast with UFC.
There is a Road to UFC event that's gonna be on, I think, on the 22nd, but I couldn't find a way to watch it outside of Asia. So, it's gonna be on, but I'm not sure how you can catch it. So, apologies. Anything more for this Fight Night card?
It's a nice little card. China's, it's not crazy or anything, but this is a nice little card for China.
Co-main, to me, is the main event. Brian Ortega.
I think name-wise,
Aljo.
yeah, that has the most impact in the division or respective division.
Yeah.
There's a lot of division implication stuff happening here. It's a good little showcase.
All right, let me do this. You've been listening to The Ultimate Effin' Casuals, a Lux Media production. If you'd like to give your thoughts, or you need to let us know how terrible you think our takes are, you can duck us and text the anonymous line at 833-589-7637. If you want to stand on your business, send a voice message or send a voice note in WhatsApp, and we'll see if you're interesting enough to make the final cut of the show. 833-LUXPODS. If you prefer to hit us up on social media, the account name is LVX Media Net, all one word. That's YouTube, Instagram, Blue Sky, all the rest of that bullshit. If you can't find us, chances are we're not on it. Patreon is where you can go to get ad-free episodes and other behind-the-scenes exclusives while directly supporting what we do. LVX Media Net over there, just like everywhere else. Even if you don't sign up on Patreon, you can still help us out if you check out our ad sponsors. You can also help by giving us a rating and a review on whatever app you're listening on. And last but not least, you can also check out the merch shop. New stuff goes up all the time. Metal intros by Anders Janhunen. The trap intro and the outro are by Middle of Nowhere Beats. And for more shows like the one you just listened to, go to lvxmedia.net. That's where the outro shit is going to go. So we're heading into a busy-ish week because we've got Contender Series on Tuesday, PFL Finals on Thursday, Friday fights on no shit Friday, and then we got ourselves a little fight night card on Saturday morning. Parting words.
Rip Johnny Walker. It was nice knowing you. We pray for your success, but we don't expect it.
Yeah. Now, as a little bit of a devil's advocate, though, I mean, we're welcoming a new contender, Zhang Mingyang. I mean, I think this dude could be. I don't know if he's going to hold a belt or anything, but I think very minimum he's been exciting.
He'll be legit
in his
if
past
nothing
fights.
else.
Yeah. So I think it's something to look forward to.
All right. Well, if that's all we got, then that's it for this edition of Ultimate Effin' Casuals. See you on the other side.
See you.